Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is December 19th, and right now I'm going to do a quick video here on Hawaii and Texas. Interesting incoming weather. As we speak, we've got thunderstorms moving across west portions of the Hawaiian Islands and the Big Island as we speak. Water spout potential, gusts to 50 knots, big waves, large hail is possible with some of these storms as well. And I can almost guarantee you some of these are producing water spouts just by the look of them as they move across the region here. As we look towards the Big Island, also they're dealing with the line of storms as well. Probably some water spout potential with that also, and some very impactful weather, especially for the Big Island summits here as we go through this evening. Now, taking a look here, we can see blizzard conditions, wind gusting over 150 miles per hour. They were talking about on some of the local forecasts out there. Thunder, snow, even possible. Wind chills below zero. Water spout, severe thunderstorms. Just an intense Kona storm there for the Hawaiian Islands moving through. And now you can see what's causing this huge lobe at 10,000 feet. Very cold air. And you can see this moving down across the Hawaiian Islands here. This is the Pacific Ocean. You can see this really blast in the islands before it kicks out on in through Tuesday morning and pushes off to the east, gets caught back up into the westerlies shown there. Now, looking at 10,000 feet, you can see the winds associated with this storm, and you can imagine the winds are going to suffer here on Haleakala, the big mountain on Maui there, Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa on the Big Island, as this storm system just rips across the area, bringing some blizzard conditions, really high winds across some of the Big Island summits here, and really some high winds across much of the rest of the islands as well that we'll see here in a moment. This is the precipitation value. You can kind of see these thunderstorms moving across as we speak this morning, taking their sweet time to move down the island chain as they go through the afternoon and evening and overnight tonight, and then finally kicking off to the east as we go on in through Tuesday. This is a closer look at the Hawaiian Islands, 2-meter temperature in Fahrenheit here. This is the NAM high resolution model. If we go a little bit in the future here, look at this, 16 degrees somewhere on the Big Island summits here. Haleakala, pretty chilly too. You go from Hilo at 77 to the Big Island summits in about an hour there and go into the teens. So pretty intense uh, temperature differences there, as well as across some of the other islands as well. Even Kauai upper elevation is pretty chilly, as well as Maui also. But now looking here, 10-meter wind gust accumulated. You can see some of these areas on the Big Islands gusting over 80 miles per hour. But look at West Maui and Molokai, Lanai gusting over 50 miles per hour as well. Some of the water areas maybe up towards 60 with some of these thunderstorms and water spouts. South shore of Oahu, pretty good wind gusts too, up towards 50 miles per hour could be possible there. Now taking a look here, total snow. Right now we're looking at the Big Island summits here. Look at some of these snowfall totals showing up here on the NAM. I don't think they're going to get this much, but you can get a foot or two of snowfall up there, and it's going to be very windy, blowing around quite a bit across the Big Island summits there. Now, taking a look here, lightning flash density potential. You can clearly see these thunderstorms just coming across the Pacific Hawaiian Islands here, and you can see it eventually move on through as you go through this evening and tonight, and finally come off the Big Island by the time you get to tonight and push off to the east. So pretty intense Kona storm here. And Hawaii is a tropical area, very warm down there. There's always this plentiful cape to be had. So when you bring that big lobe of cold air across the region, things really get unstable and crazy in a hurry. And you can see this eventually finally end from the northwest towards the Big Island here by the time you get into Tuesday morning. Now taking a little bit closer look at that 10,000 foot lobe from, from well up north of polar air up there aloft. You can really see it swing across the area here. Pretty intense Kona storm shown there. So you can imagine the temperature profile here at 10,000 feet. You're pretty chilly here at 10,000 feet. So very warm temperatures at the surface there. And that's why the storm is so strong. Now looking out towards Texas here, cold front coming for the Texas area. Check out this polar lobe up here across the Pacific Northwest, doing its dance there. Then it starts its march across the continental U.S. here. And it's going to spread some very cold air down across Texas. And remember what happened there with the very cold air that caused some extreme power grid disruptions there. And we had some deaths across the Texas area. I have a feeling we're going to see just how much they've learned here as far as dealing with the cold weather across Texas. Because watch what's coming, folks. 2-meter temperature here. This is actually, let's go back up here to yesterday afternoons. It goes out a little bit further. So we'll go ahead and scroll this forward. Now watch this cold front march down south across Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle, engulfs the entire state of Texas, moves out over the Gulf of Mexico as well. This is 2-meter temperature. Look at these single digits here down towards the Texas Panhandle showing up on in through Thursday night shown here. This is extremely disruptive for Texas down here. They're not used to these kind of temperatures. You know, most of the year they're basking in some kind of heat here. So this is Thursday night shown there. Now this is the parent temperature. You're taking the wind chill into account here. So let's scroll ahead and you'll clearly see the front come marching down the plains here into the Texas Panhandle. I mean, some of the areas are going to be -20 wind chill factors here, probably across the northern Texas Panhandle there. And you can see this move all the way out towards the Gulf Coast here, and look at some of these areas well down into Texas below zero. Wind chills are expected, and you can see the much colder temperatures as you go further north. But still, this is going to be very impactful for Texas showing up. This is 2-meter temperature anomaly, and this is what's really going to get them here. Look at some of these temperatures well below 30 degrees below normal across the area here. So it's going to test the power grid across Texas again here. Let's see how much they've learned here. This is shown Thursday night. This is 24-hour 2-meter temperature change, and you can clearly see the shock to the system this is going to bring across the areas of Texas. Look at some areas, 40-degree change or more in a 24-hour period coming for areas across Texas. Now, I wanted to show you the cold front here coming down too. This is 100-meter wind speed. And you can clearly see it there just ripping across the entire state out over the Gulf of Mexico. Tehuantepec winds are probably going to get going too as that bunches up against Mexico and punches out the southwest side. But you can clearly see that frontal system moving down through Texas. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond to this time. A little bit closer look at those 2-meter temperature anomalies here for Texas here. Check that out. Well below 30 degrees below normal here for much of the state here coming up, folks. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that little video. I'll be doing my normal briefing here in a moment. I just couldn't resist here. I lived in Hawaii for a few years, so I like seeing these very interesting storms coming for the area. I kind of wish I was out there to experience it, but I am here covering our storm now, and hopefully we'll get some snow here across Pacific Northwest. But anyway, I'll end this video now, and I'll get working on my briefing here for this morning, and I will talk to you guys soon.